problem with these high-waisted pants. They be making you feel some type of way. I can't wear these to no cookout. Hey, y'all. Happy Independence Day, everybody. Everybody. Well, hello there, everybody. Y'all eating? Who eating? Hey, happy 4th or Independence or not at all, whatever you guys are doing. Don't get in on here going all crazy on me. I got dressed up because I'm coming to y'all cookouts. I'm going to be there with y'all. Seeing this how I don't know nobody here. I'm going to be there with y'all. I'm going to be at y'all people's house with y'all. Okay? Thank you so much, Mr. Bassel. Thank you. Hey, y'all. And y'all know what I got our W-O-U. Get wrong. Let's go on through. W-O-U. What you just said. And if I get chilly, because I might go see the fireworks. I don't know yet. I ain't really decided. But if I go down and see the fireworks, just in case I get chilly, I got my good old W-O-U jacket here, you know, that has that good old CERCA TROVA on the side there, so I can always put this on, you know, why not? Put it on top of there just in case my bed get cold or something, you know what I'm saying? I like these a lot, y'all. I think these were a good buy. I do. Don't y'all think these was a good buy? I'm trying not to pull none of my... Oh, I don't want to pull none of my butterflies out. It took me 17,000 years to get them in. Hey, y'all. So if you have the book of Josephus PDF, I don't know if it's going to be the right pages or not. Please don't ask me. I don't know what version. I'm not looking for what version, but I wanted to show y'all something. Not just this. Ooh, I'm getting old. I could have had this on in my 20s in about 30 seconds. But ain't this cute, y'all? We got our summer gear. Look at this. This is cute. I'm excited about it. Like, oh my goodness. So you got your W-O-U here. And then, you know, seeking you shall find. This is so cute. Y'all want to see my shoes? I don't ever do get ready. Now look at this, ladies. This is new. I'm trying to learn new ways. But y'all see my little ponytail with my butterflies and flowers? Oh, I did lose one right here. This one missing. Dang it. I'm trying. And then I did my little half crown on this side. Now really I'm trying to cover up my naps at the back. But I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I see I'm trying to cover with that. Because I ain't twisted nothing. But this could be a side ponytail or a back. Mm-hmm. And then I want to show you something. Hold on. We're going to do this the smart way. Ooh. $5 jeans from Walmart. Y'all know I love a good sale. Our jacket, our shirt. But look at these cute little titty shoes. They're sparkly. Y'all see them? And they sparkle real good outside. Ladies, they comfortable too. Real comfortable. Real. Like, walk all day when you go out of town and you want a nice shoe, but you don't want to break your... Right here. Y'all see them? And they got them in all colors. Honey, comfortable. Do you hear me? And they breathe. Real cute. Me and my son, he said, dang, Mom, you almost got some look for similar to mine in style, not sparkle. But when I say they are comfortable, yeah, I'm a loafer girl when I got to be walking like around the mall. Yeah, just in case I have to run. Because you never know how people's... I heard like Atlanta malls, you might have to run. So I'm definitely not wearing no heels in them. What size shoe do I wear? About a 9, 8.5 or 9. It just depends. Sometimes a 9.5 if it's like a shoe that's made for like Asian folks. Then I can need a bigger shoe. It just depends on the make of the shoe. Yes. But these right here, y'all see how they sparkle, ladies? And outside, they sparkle real good. Yes. Yes, I like comfortable. I done got old now. I wear some heels, but if I got to be walking like to a parade or something, yeah, I'm gonna have some cute shoes on. That's comfortable. They're not a name brand at all. Yes, they're not a name brand at all. They be floating around on all the social medias, and I didn't think they was real. They is. 'Cause I got a pink, like a psychedelic pair too. Amazon. Yep. What mall y'all ever seen me go to? Hey, Auntie. Happy 4th. If y'all celebrating, if you're not, I don't know. But if so, if not, just happy Monday. I don't really know because some folks is doing their thing here, talking crazy. Oh, y'all, if I could ever learn to keep these nails off the cuticle, they'll stay. I realize that's my issue. And when my teacher, when I was in beauty school, used to tell me, I used to be trying to think about what I was about to eat. Because it was the only meal I was going to have without my kids because I started beauty school at like 24. So my lunch at school was the only meal I was going to eat without having a kid that was going to be looking me in my face, talking my eye. And so then I never used to be listening in my nail class. I listened, but I didn't. And you could tell. You could see where I was paying attention and where I wasn't. That's the only meal I could eat without my kids. I was happy. Was my lunch at school. Anyway, so who got the Josephus book? Anybody? Yes? No? Maybe so. Did y'all get this? Good job. I'm gonna need you to grab it. I'm gonna need you to grab. If you got the PDF, that counts as the book as well. And this one is by William Whiston, not Win, Wist, Whiston. I think you can download the PDF at our favorite place that shall remain nameless. I say go there. I figure one love. Somebody had a PDF, I know. So yes, you can go download it at our favorite place. Oh, who want to hear something funny? Who wants to hear something absolutely hilarious? Please tell me you do. Please tell me you do. Okay, y'all ready? So y'all know how we always say hello to the GOV. It's glue running all down my hand. Y'all know how we always say that? Hello to the GOV. Why did I check some of the, like, you know how when you go to log off of your Wi-Fi and you log back on, it'll give you all of the surrounding, Wi-Fi's that are available. Thank you so much. It's one there that wasn't there before. And guess what it says? You'll take a guess at what the first three letters are. Take a guess. Oh, right, Ropat. So who remembers when I told y'all when they were tearing up the yard out here? I said, well, I don't know if it's them if they tear up the road, and then the next week they was tearing up the road right here. Y'all was on the live when I said, well, then I'll know if it's them if this, because this never happens. Do y'all remember this? Who remembers? It literally says it. I said, oh, y'all ain't even gonna hide it. That part. They ain't even hiding it. They don't even give them. Do you hear me? They do not even care to hide it. I said, but remember when I told you I couldn't get in my cameras? Remember when we both got locked? I mean, I got locked out of both of these and all of that. I said, oh, it's the people's. Because they didn't just put the, yeah, it's the people's. It's the people's. You cannot, they trying to figure out how we know before they know. We know that they be on some, that part. Okay? I promise y'all. And now they are on my, I said, well, now that wasn't there before. I said, oh, so they really know. That's why I think Or either over across from here is the people's. Because you coming up close. And what I tell you, I said, this is a strange situation here. I don't know if I believe that this is real. And then I found out he's a twin. It's two of them. Remember when I told you, I said, y'all don't know because it's another one that be coming over here that look like him, but the weight is different. Why did I see him the other day? I said, oh, damn. Now, if this ain't some. I said, excuse me, are y'all, and he said, we're twins. I said, oh, okay. What y'all think about that? Y'all think don't be paying up? I do. I pay attention. I'm like, there's not something's not right with that. I told y'all I done been around the folks that used to be being looked at by the folks. So I pay attention to other stuff. Folks be trying to look big and look all fabulous. I be trying to stay out the way. I don't want. Girl, Alicia, I don't care. Especially for the little girls. Cause my hair done got thicker, so I had to do two twists and wrap this up and pin it. And then twist this little part right here. Cause it was too thick to go into the thing. I said, nah, Circa trying to have some thick hair and been bald head her whole life. But yes and do. Thank you, Dad. Yeah, I don't care. This is cool. I was playing with it. I've been wanting to wear these forever, and I figured out a way to do it. And I don't care if nobody didn't like it, because as y'all know, I like it myself. It don't matter. It don't matter. It do not matter. I was not even worried about it. I said, hey, I like it. And that's all that matters. But definitely, I would love it. Yeah, because this is it's fairy like. Is what it makes me think of, like fairies and all mystical and whatnot. So we gonna do it. Thank you so much. We gonna do it here. This is what we gonna do. I like butterflies. So let's do that real quick. Let's do an exercise. Y'all up to an exercise and then we'll get to what I want to tell y'all about. Who wanna do an exercise real quick? Yes. Girl, yes, that's why I got these butterfly clips and got the plastic ones too. Bad. Yes, I do. I have some right now. The plastic ones, all colors. And then my daughter sent me a picture of my granddaughter today. She got some in her hair. And grandma sent her glasses last year when she couldn't even wear them, but now she too cute and then posed so grandma can see her with her 4th of July glasses on. Yes. I told my daughter to put them up when she big enough. She put them on and was looking at me like, hey, grandma, hey, we got to go and visit and everything. A little self. Thank you so much. Y'all know this is our stuff. I figured these is gonna be so cute because sometimes the weather be changing. But baby, we got our cute little crop top on here and it's all covered too, just in case. But you know, if your shoulders get cold, you need a shawl. And you need a shawl. Or if you got a cute tanky on and you know you got your running clothes on, but you don't want to have all of that because you going through stuff like me where you need your midriff as the air conditioning unit. Your feet and your mid section, and then you'll be good. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. So people be thinking I'll be trying to. This 8,500 person comes back, and I see children of Cain like every day. Have you studied that? Is that a thing that you're studying, or because I don't know why you come back and post that every day. Thank you so much. So anyway, let's get back to it. I just forgot what I was about to say. Thank you. We'll get back to it. Whatever. I can't remember. Thanks, Dad, for bringing it back. So anyway, because it was important, but now I can't remember what it is. Sucks, right? So I was looking back through here today, and I saw something that made me very, very excited. See if I can get back to it. Okay. Oh, I almost bit it. What the? Hold on, y'all. Here we go. Aha. So if you have this, I need you to go to page 243. I'm about to blow your socks back. Hold on to your damn socks and grab your neck if you... No, this ain't a grab your neck. This is a blow your socks back. So hold on to your wigs and your toupees, gentlemen. Seeing as how y'all have as much weave as we do now. Hold on to... Just put your glue on and put your band on, men and women. Go on and put your bonnet on or whatever you need. If your hair's a little wispy, you might want to... Like you got Donald Trump kind of hair, you just... Get you a little aqua net and hit it real good so it'll be still. Or you can get some Pump It Up. It's going to look a little... Don't do it. Don't do it. Never mind. Don't do it. Get you a little... Gotta be glued. The hair spiking gel. That'll work. And then it'll be stiff, okay? 243. Yeah. So let me tell y'all something. Way before these young girls was doing all of this stuff back in the day. Honey, when I was wearing my wet and wavy hair... While everybody else was putting all that gel and stuff, I went to the white girl section. Gotta be glued. First was like real big, and everybody was using it to spike their hair. Well, I wanted my hair, and I needed my hair to stay wet without being wet. So I would wet my wet and wavy curly weave, baby, and run that through there like that, and take that comb and brush it out, baby. It was gonna be, it fluffed it a little bit, baby. It was gonna be a little stiff, but baby, it's gonna be defined all day. All day, and then I just shampoo it, condition it, and boom, that hair used to last me for years. Ugh. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So anyway, here we go. Ooh, honey. It was good for my, when I wore short hair, too. When I had my little fade and stuff, hit that with that. Ooh, it was good. It wasn't going nowhere, them sides and stuff. Make sure they was tapered up. They wasn't going nowhere either. Yes. So if y'all about to do this whole Holly Berry thing and you don't want to have to be getting up and trying to straighten that hair, go and get you a little bit, gotta be glued, and hit it with it, like put your little tapes on it, right? So that'll be molded down, and then you just hit it with a little bit. So y'all don't want to use this, but it works. That good old Marcel wax. Who remember the Marcel wax? Who remember Marcel wax? Yeah. Anybody? Women's? Baby, sit that hair down. Go on and lay that hair down. Put your little stuff on. Hit it with that Pump It Up or whatever you're going to do. Or the baby. And take a little bit of that and phew. And then hit it with that heat. Ooh, baby, look like you just came from the... Listen. Look like you just came from the beauty shop all over again, Pumpkin, when you sweated out in the shower in your sleep. Listen here, honey. Have it glistening and laid all the way down and what they say, slayed to the gods. You won't have to burn it out. Okay, so let's do this. All right, 243. Now, I was reading in here. 243. Maybe. I don't know what version you guys have. So if you have an edited version, it might be something different. I ain't gonna lie. This is real cute together. And I did not ever intend to wear this as a little duo. But y'all, it's cute. But it keep everything covered. So if you got some high-waisted jeans or like some cute little, this is like I can wear this to my kids' school if I was just had to run in there for a second. You know what I'm saying? If I got my little workout pants on, they a little high or whatever, like, because my, everything is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not too much. Because I'm 43. So I feel like, if I had to show up at my grandkids' little thing, I could pull this off because it's covered and everything. You just got a little bit of midriff. It ain't so tight you can't whoop nobody. I can run and whoop a kid. You know what I'm saying? I can run and whoop a kid right now if I need to. I ain't gonna slip and fall or nothing. I'm gonna be on your... And I got my little kicks on too with the rubber that's gripping. Yep, I'm about to snatch the kid. I say sit down. Y'all see it? You see it? You see how quick that works? And see, that's my left hand. I'm right hand. My right hand even... I say sit down. You see, this one a little slow. But this one right here, baby, and don't let me grab you with both of them. You got to lean back on your knee and pull your weight, parents. Pull your weight. Let me show you real quick. So I'm gonna show you something. As soon as you see them put their leg forward, that means they're about to run. So what you gotta do is look for the access points. It's gonna be the shirt here, preferably around the neck from the back. So you'll be making a movement like this, okay? But if you have to grab their hair, because it's a safety measure, they might dart out in front of a car, so you never know. You got to make sure that you have this down pat. So practice, okay? And so then what you're going to do very quickly, as soon as you see that wild eye in your that look in your child's eye, because you know they always give you that quick, like they give it to you. They're going to have a motion like this to see if you're watching, and some stop mid-drift, and then they just turn their head. So it might not even be the full motion. It only might be the top part, okay? And then what you're going to do is get yourself ready. You're going to get in the go position, all right? What you're going to do is get yourself ready. Now, I would say, practice this whole motion, right? And then with the grabbing. So then you're going to, and pull. But when you do it, you got to lean back. Make sure you're like you're rowing. We're going to call this the rowing motion. That's exactly what you're going to snatch a kid whole head off. You better get over here. I ain't told you to go nowhere. I was giving the young parents, because they be letting their kids run through the store. They'll let them get all the way around the corner before they get up to them, and it takes that much time for your baby to never be seen again. So I was just giving them a lesson. We gonna call it snatch it. Well, we ain't gonna call it that. We gonna call it the rowing exercise. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it the rowing exercise, and then we ain't gonna call it snatch a kid. We gonna call it the rowing exercise, because snatch a kid is not a good thing now. So the rowing exercise, we're gonna call it. Because how I be seeing these kids fighting their parents, like when they grab them and they be punching them and stuff, I be like, it sends me in a old lady shock. It sends me into old lady shock. I said, ooh, yep. God knew to let me have my kids almost 30 years ago. Guess I'd have been on every TikTok, and this woman just snatched her kid by their hair and threw them to the ground. I told them to come over here 17 times before you caught that. So it's fine. They're okay. Thank you. Y'all ready? Yes. Okay, so 2, 4 to 3. If you chapter, actually, okay. Are y'all at 243? Are y'all at 243? Yes. Okay. So I need y'all to go down to verse 298. It's like the middle of the page on page 243. Y'all see it? It's on the left-hand side. Yes, winning win. It was still that for my children, and it's still that for my grandchildren right now. It's always going to be that, because the Bible said if you don't discipline your kids, you hate them. That's what the Bible said. The Bible says if you don't discipline your children, you hate them, because they're going to be a sore to the rest of the world. They are going to be a problem, an issue, so many words we could go into. But like a cancer, because then other people see them and they act even worse. So yeah, I didn't want my kids to be a cancer to society, so I did what the Bible says. I didn't spare the rod, and I didn't spoil my children in a way of, see, what most people think spoil is give them everything. No, spoil them means they don't have good character. They don't know how to respect adults. They don't know how to conduct themselves. They get out in public and scream and holler like crazy people and hit people and throw fits and fall on the ground and act like somebody hit them and lie and lay under people's cars and stuff. They don't mind their business. Some of their names start with a K. You can tell who didn't get whoopings and who did. Are we ready, class? Because ain't no way I'm walking up to a stranger's car and hitting a car window, and I don't know them like they don't have a gun in there. You could. That sounds. There's people who have done that, and their window was shattered because it was a bullet. Like you, that's just balls. It's real crazy. Um, not right now. We're gonna read something else, but we can look into it maybe one day. I can't promise you. Okay, 298. Y'all there? Okay. All right. It says a little afterward, the king made war against the Philistines. And when he had joined battle with them and put them to flight, he was left alone. As he was in pursuit of them, and when he was quite tired down, he was seen by one of the enemy. His name was Achmon, the son of Araph. Can y'all write down Achmon and Araph? Don't go look it up right now, just write it down. Y'all got it? Achmon. See, page 257. But see, that's why I said, okay, so now, Sarah, I don't know if you was here. That's why I said it's 243 for me. But I don't know what page it is because different editions have been edited differently. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. That's what I'm saying. The heading is How the Hebrews Were Delivered from Famine, chapter 12. Thank you so much. Okay. And that's why I be telling when people be asking what version, you might not even be able to find it. You just gotta get to this because the page don't matter and the version. And like I even tell y'all with the survival stuff, even if I got it, they might not have that. But you just need to understand that you need a water filtration system, something. It doesn't have to be this one. It just needs to be a water filtration system or mask or whatever it is. It don't matter. I'm just showing you, get a mask. It doesn't have to be this kind. It doesn't have to be this type of generator. It doesn't have to be nothing. You just need to have one. And people sometimes think I be frustrated, but we ain't all gonna be able to buy the same thing. Same things might not be available or whatever. So just understand this is what you need right here. This is what I need you to go get. Okay. Everything's gonna be different because we're not buying them all at the same time from the same place out of the same box. And even with that, it'd be imperfections. So we just gonna get it moving. Okay. So here we go. All right. Y'all wrote down Achmon and Araph. Araph. He was one of the sons of the giants. Who see that right there? Do y'all papers say that? Do y'all papers say that? He was one of the sons of the giants? Yours says it, Sarah. Who else has it? You see it? Good. So I need you to write down Achmon, son of Araph, giant. Giant, right there. Son of a giant. The Philistine. Wonder why they took these books out of the Bible, huh? But guess what? You need to purchase these books, and you do. But you can download it right now online. And don't go try to buy them all new. Go to the Goodwill, go to Half Price Bookstore, go to get A Books online, thrift books online. There's a lot of places where you can get these books. Amazon, people be selling used books on there. Go get it used first. That way your money go longer when you're trying to buy some books. Thank you so much. I built it myself, Miss Erica. Ain't that crazy? So to those of you that are new and might not know, this shelf cost me. He come in every time, right on time. Tone donated the wood for this shelf. Thank you. Every time we get ready to talk about it, it's like you know we about to. Tone be knowing we about to talk about the shelf, y'all. Literally, I was gonna say, "Oh, Tone," and then he says, "Hello, y'all." Hey, that guy right there, DJ Tadal, donated the money, and we built this shelf for we, as in me and the Lord, for under like $70, $80, 2-inch thick pine and whatnot. So if you want to build the shelf, even if you don't have all the books, how about build it and they will come? Y'all hear me? Build it and the books will show up. Who believes it? If the Lord at like 10 or 11 or 5 can help Joseph, his daddy, make a bed for a king and show him that it's off by a eighth of an inch or whatever it was and stretch it, he can dang sure show you how to build some stuff. All you gotta do is be patient and ask as you are going step by step, and I promise you, you'll look back and be like, how the heck? Okay, I want to do something else. Can you help me build a bed? Okay, what about a dresser? What about a deck? And before you know it, because he's a carpenter, he's the carpenter of the universe. He took this and that and built it and made this and put elements together. And as to why we still able to walk on planet Earth and see the sun and the moon and the stars and all of that. So yeah, I would ask the best architect in the whole world or the best carpenter in the whole world. I would do it. I would do it. Right. He spoke and it came, but his thoughts were still powerful. The atoms still had to come together. They had to be created. And that was the immaterial to the material. So, like, even the fact that he orchestrated that speech will create is a part of the archetypes of everything we know. So, I'm just saying. Anyway, so now that we know that this guy is a giant, okay, now that we know that David, did y'all get that? Y'all do realize that David is the king that's going up against these Philistines. Because the only real one they tell us about is old boy. What's his name? Goliath. Are y'all ready? Goliath. Right. Right. Okay. So this is another guy, though, from the Philistines. Who are the Philistines? Who's the god? One of the gods of the Philistines that we know that's popular and he's thrown around right now. Anybody? What's his name? Dagon! Dagon Alley! Thank you, Phaedra. Thank you, Phaedra. Phaedra Brooks, high five. Dagon, I said it's thrown around a lot right now. Harry Potter, Dagon Alley, the magical alley where he went to get his owl and his. Y'all don't think that Dagon Alley or Dagon Alley is weird that if you go into a world that everybody thought was not real and that's where you get all your magic stuff from? And Dagon was the god of the Philistines. And we know that the Philistines' fathers were angels. Their great grandfathers and whatnot was fallen angels. And their mamas was the sorcerers of the Persians and the Egyptians, the sorceresses. Right. Right? How else did they become mer people? Is Marduk what is Marduk symbolized as? Is Marduk symbolized as a regular person or an animal being? Trying to rearrange my books today to set up the new bookcase. Oh Lord, auntie. I'm on it. You make me feel bad. I gotta build it. I gotta do it. I'm gonna get on it. I just haven't felt like it. It's a whole process. I need a truck. I'm gonna give me a truck. That way I could just go to Lowe's myself. Because I hate asking people to, and then it's so expensive. I need a truck. That's what's going on. I need me a pickup. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna give me a truck. I'm gonna get one. That way I don't have to ask somebody. Now I still have to ask somebody to help me move it, but at least I can go get it. You can pay little teenagers to help you do that. Definitely. An animal? What kind of animal does Marduk look like? I'm excited to see. I bet it's beautiful too. Did you build it or did you buy it? He's a dog. Oh, I know God's property. That's how this got here. I had to get up very early in the morning to wait on him to come. He's a snake dragon, Marduk is? Is he a dog or is he a snake dragon person? Is he a shapeshifter? He can be all of them. He's a shapeshifter. Snake with the lion's head, so he could be several different things. Okay. Okay. I was just trying to see. It was both. It was both. It was magic and technological advancement. Yes, shapeshifters are real, Cecil. All day long. They've been real long time ago. Angels are shapeshifters. That's why the Bible says you never know when you entertain an angel. That means they can shapeshift to look like a human person. No, yeah, no. I mean, a lot of people don't think about that, but the Bible says you never know when you entertain an angel, which means they've shapeshifted to look like us, right? Okay, so here we go. Okay, it says he was the son of one. He was one of the sons of the giants. Oh, okay. He had a spear, the handle of which weighed 300 shekels. So, can y'all please go look up the weight of a shekel? And then, or look up the weight of 300 shekels. How many pounds is 300 shekels? If I was going somewhere, y'all, let me show y'all. This would be my purse that I would take with me today. Y'all see the rest of the phone purse? If I go down there, this is going because it sparkles so good in the night. It sparkles so good in the night and it works. So I don't gotta have my phone out. I can answer my phone with this to match my sparkly shoes, I think. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you. Oh yes, this is so it's like the crossover bag. While y'all fanning it, 63 pounds. God's property. Are you serious? Did y'all hear that? Thank you. This is my favorite purse right now. Thank you. Wait a minute. So his spear, think about this, y'all. So let me ask y'all a question. You got 7.5 pounds, 36 shekels, 300 shekels is only 7.5 pounds. He was a giant. You said 637 pounds. Y'all heard my stomach. I need to eat. I'm going to eat after this. So it's 63.7. What y'all got over here? I'm about to go get me a snack. 63.7. Okay. 63. So how much does a regular shovel weigh? Like a regular metal wood shovel. How much does it weigh? What's the average weight of a not plastic shovel? 2 pounds. They're a little bit heavier than that. Nah, you ain't. Have you ever did any country work? What kind of shovels y'all lifting? 10 pounds. I ain't talking about the little cute shovels. I'm talking about the ones you gotta, the old school 10 pounds. Yeah, about 10 pounds. They 10 pounds, baby. I know for a fact because we used to have to drag them because they was heavy. Yeah, about 10 pounds. About 10 pounds. I'm talking about a shovel, not a shovel, the cute one. I'm talking about one where you about to move some dirt around for real. A real shovel about 10 pounds. Because that wood stick is probably a good 4. Okay. 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 So listen to this. We'll say that a spear is about the size of a shovel, right? The weight of it with it, with because that's basically all it is. It's a bigger spear, right? But think about this. A normal shovel will say a normal spear might weigh 10 pounds. But this dude's spear weighed almost 65. So it weighed at least 50 pounds more than the regular person's spear. Do you understand how big that spearhead had to be on this thing for it to weigh 60 to almost 60 pounds? 65 pounds of spearhead on that thing could probably completely sever like skewers. Are you getting this? Y'all, some of y'all kids weigh 63 pounds right now. What's that, like a 6-year-old? They about 60 or 70 pounds at about 5 or 6. 50, between 50 and 70 pounds. So the size of your 4 to 7-year-old kid is the weight of his spear. Try picking that up and throwing it. Try picking your kid up and just throwing him like you would do a javelin right now. You can't. But this dude is swinging his spear like it's a javelin right now. Too heavy, I can't. Exactly. Exactly. So he's swinging a spear that is the weight of your kid like. Do you see this whole thing? So just imagine this weighing almost 100 pounds. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was probably longer than this too. You see what I'm saying? This thing is almost taller than me. But 63, the weight of your kid. What you gonna do if this big old dude is taking this and he haul back in? Are you crazy? The spearhead was probably the whole top of my body or something. As far as like if you ever see the banana like the banana, not the banana, but the elephant ear plants, you know how big they leaves get? Just think of his spear like the ones in Florida. Just think if his spearhead was that big. One of them leaves off of that plant. And I ain't talking about the massive ones. I'm saying the ones that's about, you know what I mean? 60 pounds. And that's just the head of it. That's not counting the wood part. Or the bone. He could have used the bone of another giant or something. Carved it out of bone. We don't know what it was made out of necessarily. Right? So look. That's why I said it's important to go and look up the weights, the numbers, the money, where they was at, how much it would be worth in our day, because then you get a visual of, damn, 63 pounds. Come here, Tutu. I just took you to the doctor. You was 59 and a half the last time. Come here. Let me try to throw you on the couch. Don't do it. But I'm just saying, so you can get the, or just pick them up a couple of times. He's running with this thing. 70 pounds? And you just run it. That's a whole person. There's grown women that weigh 88 pounds because they ain't nothing but this big. And you said too late. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Imagine trying to run with your kid for 100 miles like this. It's crazy. You couldn't. You said that's a big M. Right. Okay, so look. All right. So it says he had a spear and the handle of, oh, that was just the handle. He had a spear and the handle of which weighed 300 shekels and a breastplate of chain work and a sword. Oh. He turned back and ran violently to slay David, their enemy's king, for he was quite tired out with labor. But Abishai, Joab's brother, appeared on the sudden and protected the king with his shield. And as he lay down and slew the enemy. Now the multitude were very uneasy at these dangers of the king, and that he was very near to be slain. And the rulers made him swear that he would not go out with them to battle, lest he should come to some great misfortune by his courage and boldness, thereby deprive the thereby deprive the people of the benefits they now enjoy by his means, and of those that they might hereafter enjoy by his living a long time among them. So basically, David had all of these people around him that used to go and fight these giants. And he had giants with him too. Now, y'all know how when they didn't told us in the Bible, like the original version of the KJV says dragon, and that there were dragons and dragon this and the dragon and the dragon and the dragon and the dragon, right? This is all around the time before the flood, where it be mentioning these dragons that showed up and whatnot, right? Okay. Well, that's at the time when the giants was in the land. That's at the time when the giants was in the land. Now they done changed it to something else in all these other books. But before, it used to say dragons. Sometimes it still does. If the Philistines were the giants, and we know that the giants are the children of the angels, and we know along with the giants came the monsters. Have y'all ever seen like the Land Before Time, like movies where they got the person with the long hair running and they have on like linen like clothes? like a linen, like a potato sack looking like thing. Sackcloth. Ain't that what the Bible used to tell the originals to go put on? The original, like Abraham them, when they was in trouble with him, they had to go put on sackcloth or potato sack fabric. You know how itchy that is and scratchy and uncomfortable potato sack cloth is? Real, but not this plastic stuff, the stuff that potatoes used to come in. It's like rope. The Flintstones even had it on. Hmm. Wouldn't um Abraham and Moses and all of these guys be considered those people because they were here in the beginning? Burlap. That's what it is. Burlap. And my cousin, she likes some expensive stuff, honey. And she had found some kind of like a Turkish tapestry or something. And she didn't want to get messed up in her bungalow that she had. So she got a burlap rug, which I thought was crazy as hell, and put it all out. And then she put the very expensive rug on top of it, but the burlap rug wasn't cheap, right? But then I like sitting on the floor. So I can't sit on this expensive tapestry on the inside, but I got to sit here on this scratchy part. It's scratching my knees. Can I put a blanket or something over this? Because this is like, okay. Are y'all getting the pictures now? Because Adam and Eve, the dinosaurs would have come in the seventh and eighth and ninth generation when the angels started practicing miscegenation, which was the mixing of all the species. They went into the reptiles. If they made giant people, they're going to make giant lizard people or giant other lizards, which is the whole meaning of dinosaur, giant lizard. Okay, so after the seven generations, there was now these beings, these monsters. We know that from the Dead Sea Scrolls and other books. Okay, we know this. And then the Bible starts talking about these dragons and dragons and dragons and dragons and dragons and dragons. Well, we know that ancient Mesopotamia is all of the mythology, all of the history for the early peoples, who they would have called the hunter gatherers that were in ancient Africa. They try to tell you 15 billion years ago. It wasn't. It was 7,000 years ago. It was 7,000 years ago. That's what it was. It was 7,000. It was not all them years ago. That's why they can't account for it because it wasn't nothing. That's why y'all can't account for it and y'all got to make up stuff because it wasn't nothing. Because can I ask you a question? Now that you have your big green book, can you see how they fooled you into thinking that there was all this time before, and in all reality, all of those timelines run side by side? Can you tell the difference now or no? How they used to be able to try to make you think it was all these different dynasties, and they could show you in a way to make you think that all of these people was not being born at, like they was all at all their dynasties was being started at the same time. It's a difference when you look at it. So they could sell you on this, oh, the Trying Dynasty, and give you this number because, yes, they were started at a different time because this is when that kid got married and went off and started their own family over there. But they come through this line, and all these people were spreading out at the same. Like, stop. It was not no a billion, gazillion years ago. Like, y'all not selling us on that no more. We don't believe it. Well, I don't. And once you start to look at where the facts start, everything, like literally one of the books I'm about to show y'all today as we get down through here, everything starts with the Sumerians and the Akkadians and the Persians. Like all of these books from Smithsonian and all of these other books, they all start right exactly with the angels. The great civilizations all start when the angels went down into the women and started building these monolithic structures. That's where they start. Do y'all realize that? Anybody paid attention to that? They talk about the hunter gatherers, and then right after that, it's the great civilizations. and the wars. And they talk about the wars of the Hittites in these books. They're there. The Hittites and all they right here in the Smithsonian book. Okay. So they telling y'all one thing while putting one thing right in your face and show you exactly what it is. No, it started right here. The hunter-gatherers came, which would have been Adam and Eve and so forth. There's only 7 generations of that, hunter-gatherers, boom. Right after that is when the angels came in the 8th generation and started teaching men how to make breastplates and shields and knives and all of this and all of that. Because remember, first folks was killing with rocks. They taught them metalworking, which is how they made their spears and these chain link armors and whatnot. They the one that taught that in the 8th generation. In the 8th generation, that's when they came in. So when you go and you look at science, pay attention to what they're saying. And just look at where they keep saying it started at. And you, oh, okay. 7th generation, that makes sense. Hunter and gatherers before that, after that, they had all kind of technology. Because the angels taught them about extracting the electricity and lime put with this and this and this. They taught them chemistry and alchemy and antimony and all these things. So that's where that all comes from. Anyway, moving on. And now that we know that they was around even in King David and Solomon's, now that you know that Solomon is the Lord of the Rings, and he's the son of David, the king that used to run with giants and fight against giants and take their spoils. You mean their magical things? Think about how big a giant's cup is. God would let him go in and take Canaan. Do you realize how big that their stuff? Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. You mean like when Jack the Beanstalk went into there and it was all these giant cups and all these big cows and big birds and gold this and that? You mean? Because remember when I told y'all every time that the giants showed up, or what God gave me is that when the famine started coming into the land, it was after the giants showed up. Well, if you read this, the little heading here for 12, did you see what it said there? Real quick. It says how the Hebrews were delivered from a famine when the Gibeonites had caused punishment to be inflicted for those of them that had been slain, as also what great actions were performed against the Philistines by David and the men of valor about him. So his warriors. Remember when I told y'all the famines didn't start to show up. I'm freezing, of course. Because we in a famine right now. And the giants are showing up. Of course they are. Hold on. I told y'all they on my stuff. It might be on one of these iPads. I said, I think it's on my iPad. Oh no. Y'all see it? And what we call them? DOV. I said, no, they got a smart mouth. Y'all see it. I've been here. That ain't been there. And so after what happened, when I told y'all that happened, and then it showed up. I said, oh, they really is here. Do y'all believe me now? I just screenshotted that on July 2nd at 4:06 a.m. is when I've seen it. I screenshots everything, honey. I need to know that I'm not crazy. I told y'all the people. Do y'all believe in him? Who believe in him? Yes. Told y'all. And I've been saying that way longer than that, but they don't have it. They don't have nothing. Mm-mm. Told you the folks been watching me a long time. Mm-hmm. Been since the early 2000s. I've been on the list. That's not a joke. That's why I hate flying. Because they always gonna go through my stuff. Ever since the early 2000s, like late 90s. They go through my stuff, and I don't too much care for that. Every time. That's why I just don't care to fly. No, no, no. Excuse me, you've been. Yep, sounds about right. Okay, so here we go. Let's finish. Anyway, oh, like I was saying, there was always a famine that showed up when these people was coming around Israel. As you start to go look into your regular KJV, when you go and you study about the wars and stuff with the kings and all of that, you about to see it. It's gonna now pop up off the page where before you probably didn't pay attention, you really didn't even care, right? But if you pay attention, the giants show up and then a famine happens. Can I ask y'all what's been going on around here? Hasn't there been giant sightings and now they talking about ain't no food? And dragons too. They said the world is in food shortage right now, and the dragons been showing up. I mean, the giants been showing up on mountaintops, and the 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 the, the Sasquatches is coming out the fields and stuff. So officials came to my associate's door and told him to back off. Mm. So, yeah, all of it. I'm just saying, pay attention. Uh-huh. Welcome. Okay, so here we go. Look. Had a spears, another multitude was made uneasy. Okay. Unless he should come. Hold on one second. I missed something, I think. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Lest he should come to some great misfortune by his courage and boldness, and thereby deprive the people of the benefits they now enjoy by his means, and of those that they might hereafter enjoy by his living a long time among them. So they were saying, we're going to take care of you because we live real good with you as our King David. Okay. So we have two, and it says, when the king heard that the Philistines were gathered together at the city of Gazara, y'all think that ends up being Gaza? Because if they take the RA off, that's Gaza. Okay, good job. I just be wanting to see if y'all be paying attention to the little details right there. Okay. And where do they be fighting it all the time? Gaza. Where the war is fought at? Gaza. Gazara. Maybe it used to be back in. Oh, and Giza too. Yep. Mm. All right. So it says he sent an army against them when Sabeka, the Hittites, were a race of giants. Okay. All right. So it says when Sabeka the Hittite or Sabeka the giant, one of David's most courageous men, behaved himself so as to deserve great commendation. For he slew many of those that bragged that they were the posterity of the giants and vaunted themselves highly on that account. Please go tell me what the word posterity means. Now, if you've been here, it should already be in your notes. But if you don't have your notes where you at because it's the holiday, please go look at the word posterity and tell me what it means, please. And now they are considered the Haitians. Aha. Who do magic. A lot of Haitians do magic, and they can see dead folks and make folks come back to life. You mean necromancy? They also can change people into other animal-like forms, anamorphism, or whatever you want to call it. Mm. Yeah. Future generations of people, the descendants of a person. So let's go back and read that. Right here. Uh-huh. It says, when the king heard that the Philistines were gathered together at the city of, we're going to say Gaza, he sent an army against them. When Sabeka the Hittite, one of David's most courageous men. Now, what does the Bible of Genesis tell us about the courageous men, the warriors? In Genesis, what did it say about them? That they were the who? The mighty men of old, the warriors of renown. They fought the battles on the bat. They were warriors on the battlefield. The men of renown were the Nephilim, right? This is what the Bible tells us. That's what the Bible said. The giants. Okay. So then when we see right here, right there, one of David's most courageous men who did not care about going up against the Philistines. Remember this now. He did not care about going. He was a Hittite that didn't care about going against the Philistines. But we know the Hittites was a race of giants too. Okay. Behaved himself as so to the grave to deserve great commendation, for he slew many of those that bragged that they were basically in the bloodline of the giants and vaunted themselves highly on that account, and thereby was the occasion of the victory to the Hebrews. After which defeat, the Philistines made war again. So the giants went up against David again. Who remembers me telling you that the wars are important because they was always fighting the giants and the monsters. This is why the Israelites used to be afraid. And God said it's not a competition. I just needed to look like one. So it'll make a great story, but I'm gonna take care of it. Again, here's another story where David is going into battle and he's fighting against giants. And they say we the posterity of the giants. We the lineage of the giants. So come with it. Come with it. You see? This is why the Israelites used to be. God said, what is you scared for? I'm bigger than them. And they said, well, we can't see you. We can see them. And right now, they see us as grasshoppers and we see them as such. They so big, we look like grasshoppers to them. And when we looking up, it look like we look like grasshoppers to them. God, I mean, I know you big and all, but they real big and they here. Your son ain't got here yet. And if he did, he gone on somewhere. So what we supposed to do right now? Because when he pooped, he shake our whole building. And it's only two of them. We just trying to figure out what you about to do right now. I hear you. But can you see them? Could you imagine? Think about the tallest building you've ever seen in your life walking. And each leg is the width of that building. Just imagine. If you've ever seen the Twin Towers, I did. Imagine that walking. Imagine the Sears Tower walking. Whatever the tallest building is in your state, imagine that building, but with two legs that size, walking, and you. You said, no, take me now. Right. That's what I'm talking about. Like, see, it's easy to think, oh, giants, 10 feet tall, Shaq, blah, blah, blah. No. No. That's not the genetic makeup and how that all works out. Shaq would have been considered the shorter of the giants. He would have been considered like a third. He would have been in Goliath's clan, and they was only a third part giant. Like they had started dwindling down. Like yeah, he was a dwarf. He would have been one of the dwarf giants, Shaq, and then oh boy, the Asian guy too. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm about to run to the bathroom. Just give me one moment. Un momento. Y'all see it? From 71 to several hundred feet, 25 to 70 feet, 9 to 24 feet, and then a regular human 5 to 6 feet. So can you see that? You see the size difference? And this nigga look like a mountain. So now y'all about to go back and look at all those videos where they have the whole face and the body because yeah, it's petrified giants. It is. There's trees on his back. Do you see it? There's literal habitation on his back. I gotta go to the restroom. I'll be right back. So imagine that. That's big enough, 400. You see, it's the several hundred feet. We know that's the 450 foot tall. Okay, 450 feet tall. You can grow trees on your back. Now go look while I'm up. Go look up petrified giant islands real quick while I'm going to the restroom, please. And see who you can find. Petrified giant islands. I'll be right back. Sorry, I've been drinking a lot of water and cranberry juice today. You're welcome. Tree man syndrome is caused by HPV. Have y'all ever seen the syphilis that looks like trees? Anybody? Did y'all see that in health class when I was going through infectious disease? Well, we had to do it for beauty school. Because when you give waxes and stuff, you got to know Gardasil is used to treat HPV. It is. That death angel online. HPV causes cancer. Elephant Rock is one. Okay. I was going to say, do me a favor. Google 450-foot long islands. 450-foot islands, because I'm sure they have some. Very small islands. Do they have islands that are only 500 feet across? Coral Island. Iceland. We had to look at it under a microscope. Okay. Okay. A whole body in, okay. In Maui, that part. Are there any 450-foot long islands? Elephant Island, the heads are much bigger than we thought. Okay. Now, isn't there a place called Turtle Island? Okay. Do you guys remember in this movie who it, oh boy was standing on? When he thought he was on an island in some water, and then the turtle got up and the whole island moved, didn't it? In this very movie, what he thought was a mountain in some smoky, swampy water was a whole animal, and it was trees growing on the back and grass and whole habitation. Y'all remember in the Never Ending Story? Oh, right. So now that we know that this is like a normal sized human, 5 to 6 feet, and this dude can be anywhere from what they say 71 to several hundred feet, which we know is 450 feet tall. So remember now, when we're reading this, the men that it says that are of great stature, or they say that they was a considerably large man or whatever, remember, this is who was living. It's called The Secret History of the Giants. Jay Iceman. The same thing happened in the Sinbad of the Seven Seas. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So let's keep going right here. So it says, for he slew many of those that bragged that they were of the posterity of the giants, and vaunted themselves highly on that account. And thereby was the occasion of the victory of the Hebrews, after which defeat the Philistines made war again. And when David had sent an army against them, Nephan, his kinsman, fought in a single combat with the stoutest of all the Philistines. What does stoutest mean? This ponytail tight. I already know when I get out of here. I don't. This is why I can't pay nobody to do my hair. Cause I'm gonna take it right down. I already know. Cause this ponytail tight. Give me a damn headache. And I got a braid on this side over here. Ooh, let's try that. Ugh, that hurt. Thank you. The biggest. Big Hersky. But what's the definition for stoutest? The biggest. Fat or heavy build. Stout. The biggest. So he was the biggest of the Philistines. And whoever it was that David sent out to fight with him won. So from what I'm hearing is David and his homeboys was kicking A and taking names later. They was whooping the giants' butt. Handed them they donkey on a stick, on a slab, on a okay. See, they don't tell you in well, actually they do. This is why it's important to go study when they talked about who David was fighting, because that's how you find out the stories about giants. But because you don't go look up their names and look up where they lived and who they were and the folks, then you don't know. Yeah, that's why heroes are scared, because they was fighting people that's 40 50 feet tall and monsters. Not just because y'all got to remember, some of these monsters were mixed with animals, as we can see in Egypt. Their rulers and their kings were half animal, half humanoid beings, but they were giants as well. They were not just normal sized people. Now y'all understand why the fights with the Egyptians was so scary for them, because they had other type beings that they were going up against, the rulers of the kings of that time. We know this. Okay? So, it says, many of them also were slain in the fight. Now, a little while after this, the Philistines pitched their camp at a city which lay not far off the bounds of the country of the Hebrews. They had a man who was 6 cubits tall. And I looked it up, he was 9 feet. Six cubits is 9 feet. I already looked it up. He was 9 feet tall. Give or take 9.5 feet, because it could be the 21 part of the cubit. 18 to 21 inches is really what it is. So he was 9 feet tall. Okay? They got a man who was 6 cubits tall and had on each of his feet and hands one more toe and finger than men naturally have. I'll read that again. He was 9 feet tall, and he had on each of his feet and hands one more toe and one more finger than men naturally have. You mean like Jimmy J 6? You mean like Jimmy J 6? 6 fingers and 6 toes. But he really got 6 fingers. So we know the Bible ain't lying because it said men of Gath has 6 fingers and 6 toes, 12 in all, 24 total, 12 and 12. And we know that there's people right now that are living with 6 fingers that are still being born with 6 fingers. Oh, he uses them all day. He uses them all day. You see him, he had them in gloves. He draws. He does everything. So then that proves what it said in here, that old boy that David went against, or one of the giants that they went against, has 6 fingers and 6 toes. So that is a genetic marker that is still showing up in humans today. They're still cutting those off. They say it's a deformity and they cut them off. That's the only reason we don't see it more. It's because doctors remove them when the babies are young. Because they don't want the Bible to be right. Because that shows that there's a lot of them around here. Because we're the descendants of a lot of these people. It's 11 feet. So 11 feet, 9 feet. Like I said, give or take a few. It said 9 feet when I looked it up, but 11, 9 feet, that's even, okay, almost 12 feet. So 9 to 12 feet. Still be it. Double our size. Either way it go. Right? So it says 304. So now the person who was sent against them by David out of his army was Jonathan, the son of Shemiah, who fought this man in single combat and slew him. So Jonathan fought the man that was 9 to 12 feet in single combat and won and killed him. The same Jonathan that then fought all these other battles and won against these other giants. Y'all getting it? The war, this is why the wars of the Israelites are so important. Because mainly they was fighting against the giants that was created to rule over them by the fallen angels. That's why they were constantly going against the kings, because the kings were the fallen angels' children. Yes, Jonathan. All right. It says, who was sent out against them by David out of his army was Jonathan, the son of Shemiah, who fought this man in single combat and slew him. And he was the person who gave the turn to the battle. He gained the greatest reputation for courage therein. This man also vaunted himself to be of the sons of the giants. Jonathan was the son of the giants? The Bible, I told y'all, David slayed Goliath. There was more than one giant, baby. It was races of giants. Why would that? Think about what I said about Samson, y'all. Remember, I showed y'all the pillars that Samson in ancient Persia or ancient Egypt would have been knocking down. There's no way that a 5-foot man could stand in the middle of those and knock those down, because his arms wouldn't even reach. He said, stand up and put both of my hands on each of the poles. If he was in front of one of their temples to kill 3,000 men, they would have been in one in front of those temples like in Egypt. Ain't no 5 foot man gonna be able to put his hands there to knock those pillars down because his hands wouldn't even reach the houses. Y'all getting it? Okay. So, okay. This man also vaunted himself to be the sons of the giants. But after this fight, the Philistines made no war. I'm sorry, no, made war no more against the Israelites. And David, being freed from wars and dangers, enjoying the future of profound peace, composed songs and hymns to God of several sorts of meter. Some of those which he made were trimeters, some were pentameters, and he also made instruments of music and taught the Levites to sing hymns to God, both on that called the Sabbath day and on other festivals. Now the construction of the instruments was thus: the viol was an instrument of 10 strings; it was played upon with the bow. The psaltery, I think that's how you say it, had 12 musical notes and was played upon by the fingers. The cymbals were broad and large instruments and were made of brass, and so much shall suffice to be spoken by us about these instruments that the readers may not wholly be acquainted with their nature. So he made a whole bunch more that we wouldn't even know existed. Now all the men that were about David were men of courage. If you are of God, let's read Genesis 19 and 30 and 38. Solomon Khalifa, go do something else with your time. India, blessed, I got it. If you don't go on and move around somewhere, it's a holiday. You ain't got no food to be eating or nothing. You're supposed to be happy today. You don't got no family to celebrate with you. Ain't going to no barbecues or, I mean, you didn't make no goat or nothing, and some goat milk with some rice. Cause who debates the word? I don't have no need to. Folks be on 10, I told you. The peace of God don't be nowhere in them. And that's why I be trying to tell you. Folks be swearing up and down they following the Creator. But the Bible says it's the Spirit of God bring you peace. Why they always so angry and so freaking aggressive all the dang time? Where is the peace of the Creator that He puts down in you? Y'all got all of this religiosity and all of this old mess. But when it come down to having that peace of God, I don't be seeing it. I'm saved. Ooh, I don't want that. You scared me when you said that. Nah, I'm a follower of Christ. The Creator, man, he needs to be happy. I'm saved. Which one would you want? Your whole face turned up. I don't want nothing about that. Whatever save mean, if it caused me to treat people and act the way you act, I don't want no person. And then y'all say people don't want to come to church. Have you seen your face when you invite them? You need to come to church with me. No, because you ain't even the pastor. So I know if your face is turned up, oh, they face really gonna be turned up. Nothing about you says welcoming. Nothing about you says forgiveness. Nothing about your attitude says non-judgmental. Absolutely not. I'd rather not. Because you didn't ask me if I know Jesus. You just told me you know I ain't saved because you looked at my clothes. Well, damn. Bet you I got more books in my house than you do about the Lord. Bet you that. Bet you I got more studies too. How about that? Want to see? With your judgmental self. The Bible says don't look at the outward appearance. God don't look at that. He look at the heart. How about you try testing my heart first before you look at my hot shorts? You gotta be able to bait everybody in. Because I guarantee you, when CERCA got a little shorts on, they definitely don't think I'm about to be talking to them about the Bible. That's the bait if you ain't ever seen none. And is I'm using all the bait that I got. You hear me? He said be a fisherman of men, so there's that. Humans. See, y'all be playing. Y'all don't know how to bait the folks in. Y'all only want one kind of fish, huh? I'm trying to see if I can snatch somebody from everywhere. Buddhism, everywhere. I done got into Satanism. I done got into the witches and the warlocks. I done snatched the folks from over there. I'm working on Yoruba right now and Palamambe. No, I'm just playing. I'm just trying to see how many I can snatch out of. You gotta snatch the fish out the water they been used to swimming in, don't you? And put them in a new environment. How's she gonna catch them? You don't eat them if they in the water still, do you? How you gonna eat it? How you gonna clean it? How you gonna cut it? How you gonna season it all up so it is well tasting and good on my bread if it's still in the water? However you are, God is going to fine tune you to use the same gifts that you use to draw the people in the world to draw the people from the world. You might have to clean it up a little bit, and you ain't gonna be able to act on all your impulses and all of that stuff. But oh yeah, he's just gonna use the same thing. You, you, your personality, your the way you dress, everything. Let him dress you, and then it will draw the people you need to draw, and you will do like it will do that. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so let's go on down here. So he done wrote all these songs. 306, it says, no, not 306. Okay, 307. It says, now all the men that were about David were men of courage. Those that were most illustrious and famous of them for their actions were 38, of five of whom I will relate their performances, for these will suffice to make manifest the virtues of the others also. For these were powerful enough to subdue countries and conquer great nations. First, therefore, was Josiah, the son of Achimas, I don't know, who frequently leaped upon the troops of the enemy and did not leave off fighting till he overthrew 900 of them. After him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, who was the king. And see, remember we found out Eleazar was Og. Who remembers? We found out that Eleazar and Og are the same person. Remember they changed his name? Eleazar and Og were the same. They're the same person. Yes. Okay. So now we know how he was running up on them giants and fighting them all by himself. It says, this man, when once the Israelites were under a consternation at the multitude of the Philistines, and were running away, stood alone and fell upon the enemy and slew many of them, till his sword clung to his hand by the blood he had shed. Until the Israelites, seeing the Philistines retire by this means, came down from the mountains and pursued them. And at that time won a surprising and famous victory, while Eleazar slew the men, and the multitude followed and spoiled their dead bodies. Now, what that makes me think about is, remember in Og when they said they was like grinding up the bodies and eating them and stuff? Remember? He said they was taking the bodies, the keeper of the dead bodies, and they was like cooking them and stuff. That's what that made me think about. The Huntsman, The Winter's War is now on Netflix. Okay. You remember we read that in Og? So that made me think, is that why they put that in there? Because that's a key now to what they was doing with these bodies. They spoiled the bodies. They was already dead. It didn't say they buried them or whatever. And a spoil, don't that normally mean when you take the spoils, it's like you taking the, right. Okay. It says, till his sword clung to his hand by the blood he had shed, until the Israelites, seeing the Philistines retire by his means, came down from the mountains and pursued them. And at that time won a surprising and famous victory, while Eleazar slew the men, and the multitude followed and spoiled their dead bodies. The third was Sheba, the son of Elus. Now this man went in the wars against the Philistines. They pitched their camp at a place called Lehi. And when the Hebrews were again afraid of their army, because they was giants, and did not stay, he stood alone as an army and a body of men. So by himself he was able, and some of them he overthrew, and some who were not able to abide his strength and force he pursued. So you fought against the whole army of the Philistines by yourself and was able to overtake them? One person, a whole army. And you were so strong and so good that you chased after them. They took flight, and it was a whole army. Where the Israelites were scared and ran away, and he stayed and he fought. He was 10 toes or 12 toes down. Come on now. 12 toes down, he was probably. Mm-hmm. That was good, Rico. Yep. All right. I like that a lot. He said 311. These are the works of the hands and of fighting, which these three performed. Now, at that time, when the king was once at Jerusalem and the army of the Philistines came upon him to fight him, David went up to the top of the citadel, and as we have already said, to inquire of God concerning the battle, while the enemy's camp lay in the valley that extends to the city of Bethlehem, which is 20 furlongs distance from Jerusalem. Now David said to his companions, we have excellent water in my own city, especially that which is in the pit near the gate, wondering if anyone would bring him some of it to drink. But he said that he would rather have it than a great deal of money. When these three men heard what he said, they ran away immediately and burst through the midst of their enemy's camp and came to Bethlehem. And when they had drawn the water, they returned again through the enemy's camp to the king. Insomuch that the Philistines were so surprised at their boldness and alacrity that they were quiet and did nothing against them, as if they had despised their small number. But when the water was brought to the, so they basically went hauling straight through the enemy's camp, just slicing dudes up to get to the Jerusalem gates, to go get David some water. Just killing giants to go get this nigga some water. He said, I'm a little parched. I don't want the water from where we at right now. I would like some water from the well that's over there. I don't think so. I think it was just water that was in Jerusalem. You know, because the different water tastes different from different places. Okay? Right. So they just ran through the giants just to go get this dude some water. That's crazy. They do not be talking about how they be killing people just to go get water. Anyway, and then David said, I can't drink it because you kill people to get it. So we just went and ran through these giants, killed up all these niggas, got to the water, had to run back to the niggas, had to kill some more niggas on the way back. And you said you ain't gonna drink it? It was 3 of us to 150 of them. They said, nah, man. See, if y'all wouldn't have had to kill nobody, I could have drank the water. But because I ain't gonna drink it, I ain't thirsty no more. I just go ahead and drink this little Dasani they got back here. What would you do? Come again and say what, King? You said you don't want the water. Man, this one. Hey, man, chill out. It's the king. Like, calm down. Let's go. We'll find something to do with it. I needed me some exercise anyway. I needed me some exercise anyway. Like, what? Yes, me too, honey. Me too. Out of being. Out of being. TTT. Okay, so. All right. Okay, it says, but when the water was brought to the king, he would not drink it, saying that it was brought by the danger and the blood of men, and that it was not proper on that account to drink it. But he poured it out to God and gave him thanks for the salvation of the men. Next to these was Abishai, Joab's brother, for he in one day slew 600. So in one day, this dude killed 600 people. The fifth was Benaiah, by lineage of priests, for being challenged by 2 eminent men in the country of Joab. He overcame them by his valor. Moreover, there was a man by nation, an Egyptian, who was of vast bulk, and challenged him, yet did he, when he was unarmed, kill him with his own spear. Y'all got that? There was an Egyptian man who was of mass bulk. Y'all read that right there? You see it? A vast bulk. Moreover, there was a man by nation, an Egyptian, who was of vast bulk, and challenged him, yet did he, when he was unarmed, kill him with his own spear, which he threw at him, for he caught him by force, and took away his weapons while he was alive and fighting, and slew him with his own weapons. One may also add that add this to the aforementioned actions of the same man, either as the principle of them in alacrity or as resembling the rest. And I looked up alacrity, it means prompt response. A prompt response. So this dude that was fighting for David took the giant's spear and his weapons and killed him with his own spear. Your book says courage. So yours doesn't say alacrity or alacrity. See, that's why I be saying it depends on the version you get. As the principle of them encourage. Okay. See, that's why I said different one. Yours says courage. Yours says courage. Yours says alacrity. See, I'm so happy y'all you said that. That's how all of our books are going to be because we didn't buy them at the same time and we have different versions. Different ones have been revised. So that's why. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm so happy that happened. Do you see? Mm. Thank you so much, Miss Baby Girl. I appreciate it. I might go see the fireworks or I might make me some food and get in my bed. Because I really want a salad. I really, really, really want a salad. So I'm about to figure this out. And I want some salami in it and some olives. Look at me, just greedy. Lord help her. No, I didn't. I didn't go see it yet because I forgot it's holiday weekend and it was gonna be 1,000 people at the movies and I don't like crowds. Yep, banana peppers too. All of it. Hmm. You got salad too. I want a salad. I got some lettuce and stuff. I'm gonna make me one. I'm gonna either do chicken or something. I got that smoked chicken I make. I got a couple of little wings. I'll take the little meat off of that and find me some salami because I love salami in my salad with a lot of pepper and onions and olives and some ranch dressing. And I got some tomatoes. Yes, honey. Ugh, I'm about to go eat. I ain't ate all day either. Oh, yeah, it's about to be 4 o'clock. I ain't ate all day. I take that back. I had a little bit of yogurt and some pretzels. I like to eat my yogurt with pretzel sticks with the pretzel log things or whatever. 12. Book 7, I think, chapter 12 is where we started. We was about to end at 13. Uh-huh. All of it. All of that, Queen. Yep, so happy 4th, everybody. I probably won't get back on tonight. I don't know if I'm going to go see the fireworks or go sit outside. I don't know. So, yeah. No, I like ranch. Yep. So I hope y'all have a fun time. Stay safe. Don't burn nobody. Watch them kids around them sprinklers and stuff. Not sprinklers, sparklers. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Definitely, we'll be praying for him. Yeah, I'm about to go eat. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Have a good day, y'all. Eat good for me too. Eat good for me. Y'all got barbecue. I just salad and oh, I ain't got no damn potatoes. I was gonna say I could make me some potato salad. I don't buy potatoes no more because they be going bad too fast. Yep, I love y'all. Have a good night, y'all. Bye. If it's gonna let me out.